Hey everyone, it's Cece with One Green Pea. I have some repotting work to do, so I thought, why not do it with you? I have 3 plants that are in pretty desperate need of repotting. So let's start with the big one, the Anthurium. Let me clear some space. I purchased this Anthurium recently from my grocery store because I saw, first of all, that it was beautiful, but secondly, that it was tremendously overwatered. There was standing water at the bottom of the pot, and that drove me crazy. So I brought it home. I kept it in its pot, like I like to do, for a good week or so, just to help it to adapt to my surroundings. But now I'm ready to uppot this guy. So let's get started. I'm going to use my standard favorite potting mix, which is a blend of an Espoma organic potting mix, some orchid bark mixed in, and then a new thing that I've just started trying, and that's horticultural charcoal. It adds more of that, better drainage, more of a chunky feel, and it also helps to remove some of the excess salts from your potting soil, especially if your water is high in salts and minerals, which ours is. So let's start by putting some soil in the bottom of the pot. And then I'm going to take this guy out of his grow pot, which is very easy because he's super root bound. Look at that. I think this guy really wants a bigger pot. So I'm going to tease these apart a little bit. I like the look of them though. I was really concerned that it was that I was going to see root rot because of how heavily it was being watered, but luckily I caught it pretty early. So I'm just teasing these roots apart a little bit, loosening some of the soil, which there isn't a lot of soil because so much root. And then I'm going to see where I want him to be. About there is good. And then I'm going to backfill around the sides with more soil. Pretty simple process. I'll use a smaller scoop to get soil all the way down the sides. I love repotting because, you see an immediate difference in the plant. They have the ability to spread out. They generally start to grow again. It just makes them happy. Now, sometimes there is an adaptation period where you'll see it get a little cranky, maybe lose some leaves, but it's just adapting to the disturbance. So not to worry about that. And of course, you want to make sure you're getting the soil all the way down the sides so that the roots don't have big air pockets where water might settle. And that's going to cause problems. Okay, I'm going to firm this down, see if I need more. I need a little bit more along this back edge. I always make a tremendous mess when I'm doing plant work, but that's okay. It's all clean-upable. Okay, so it was as simple as that. Mr. Anthurium is in a new pot with drainage. I'm going to give him a good drink of water, place him near a humidifier, and after a couple of days, I will trim some of these leaves that look a little affected. Okay, plant number 2 is my banana plant. Now he looks like he definitely needs repotted. He's barely stable in this pot. Now, it doesn't look like I'm getting a much bigger pot, but I think what he needs more than a wider pot is depth. And this plant definitely gives him more depth. So let's take him out of here, see what we've got going on. I want to be really careful because he looks Like he's not in there very stable. A lot of roots, that feels good. Oh, definitely root bound, but you can see how I wanted to plant him a little deeper than I had him. So again, just teasing the roots. They look good to me. I'm going to put some fresh soil, oops, you wait there, in this pot. Just in the bottom. Give the roots something to cling on to. I'm going to set him in. And you know, probably looking at his growth already, I will be uppotting him probably by late summer, which is totally fine. He can handle that, but I don't want to shock him too much right now. Okay, I'm using some of the soil that was in his pot originally, some of the soil that I spilled from my last repotting. Filling him in, and again, he was really unstable, so I want to be sure that I get him in here nicely. A little bit of some of this fresh stuff on top. He's got a little baby coming in next to him, so I don't want to bury that, but it'll be fine. It'll poke back through. Okay, that looks better already to me. One more little scoop on this side. Press down. All right, give him a good drink, put him back in his window, and he is good to go. Okay, the third plant that I'm repotting today is this Begonia Immaculata. I love this plant. I just think it's so beautiful. I love the red behind, the white spots, and all of this growth. It's amazing, but clearly in need of a bigger pot. So let's do it. Again, using some of my spilled soil here in the bottom. Some of this fresh, nice airy mix. Remove him from his grow pot. You can see he's in a nice substrate. It is nice and airy. I'm going to tease this apart as I've done with the others so the roots can expand and grow. The roots look great, nice and fresh and white looking and quite long. I'm actually going to pull that off just a little bit, which is fine. There's so much root. There's no problem doing that. And it's just going to stimulate more root growth. That's what trimming does. And then let's backfill with more soil. All right, there we go. Again, a good drink of water back in the window, and happy plant. Thank you for joining me on my little work day and repotting with me. If you enjoyed the video, of course, a thumbs up is always appreciated, and subscribe to my channel if you're not yet subscribed. Until next time, my plant friends, keep growing.